Mom gave me her old Mac, so I might try it out. I don't know if it's any better than mine, but
Nice.
potential there.
Right. Today's 11/11. You can make a wish.
Oh yeah, Veterans Day always 11/11.
I think it's always the the
The
Tuesday of
Tuesday.
the second week of November.
Yeah.
Maybe it is the 11th. I really don't know. I'm gonna look it up.
What?
Yeah, it's always 11/11.
Oh, okay. Password was changed 46 days ago. What was our password? I guess I probably shouldn't say that live.
Here, I didn't see it. What?
Uh, I'm trying to. I got kicked out of our sheets, and I'm
Oh.
trying to log back in.
Um,
I remember changing it. Uh,
I remember
it's
changing
just
it
a
too.
slight iteration, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, I don't think it's much different. Um, but
Ah,
I'm not gonna send my guess. I'm not gonna say my guesses. The guesses I feel like you would know. Um, but yeah, it's
yeah.
probably not a great idea to
Mm.
talk about on the podcast.
Try another way. Oh well, that's fine. Remember my pick, so I was just gonna update this.
Yeah, I have it updated, the sheet, so you can just
Oh,
look at
okay.
Instagram if you want. Yeah.
Okay. Am I at 500?
Yeah, man.
Yes.
Crawled back.
Long time coming.
Alrighty. Huh. I I don't know why. I guess I can wait for the podcast. I was gonna bitch about my picks already, but I guess we might as well press the record button and then do it. All right, let's get started in 3, 2, and 1. Hello and welcome to Wise Guys Podcast. I'm your host, Brady Fitzgerald, joined as always by my co-host, Chris Hagan.
How you guys doing?
Doing great, Chris. Um, Happy Veterans Day to everybody, all the veterans out there. And that's all I have for the intro, so I'm ready to go right in. You got anything for us before we get right into football?
Uh, Ditto. Thank you to all those who have served.
Yeah. Um, Great week of football. Not so great for my wise picks. Great for your wise picks. You're back to 500. We love to see that. We always root for each other, even when we have wise bowls. So I love to see you back at 500. And
Thank you.
yeah, of course. And I've had a rough 2 weeks, but that's okay. I'm still
A long season.
yeah, I'm still at 63%. So I'm uh I'm happy with myself. I think I'm good to go. Um I fell into two traps, big traps this weekend with the Browns and the Panthers. If they told me it was going to be the Nick Mangold game against the Jets, I don't know why I didn't think about it. It happened last Sunday, so like I just thought maybe they already played at home and did something but they were off, right? Or it happened 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, they were on a bye, I
Yeah.
think.
And very sad, very tragic. They had the whole memorial beforehand. They had a bunch of flags, a bunch of we like a true jet was the t-shirt that they were wearing. And that's how a game where a team scores 27 points yet has 42 passing yards and they get the victory. That's how that type of stuff happens. It's the aura in the air. It had the Jets had two special teams returns in the first quarter. and it wasn't even at like once I was watching on it was Sunday, it was 1:55, gearing up for red zone, gearing up for the Pats, and I see all these Nick Mangold stuff, and I was like, "Dang it, I need to switch my pick from the Browns so bad." Um, and really, what my mindset was like, a team, and it's a double whammy. Like a team just trades all their best players, they get a bunch of first round picks. Of course, the guys play harder the next week, and the special
Hmm.
teams goes crazy. I mean, they might as well fire their coach and I picked the other team. Like it was it was just a bad mistake by me. I really missed that one and I don't know, I guess infatuated with the Browns defense or something. I don't know. Um
In all fairness, Justin Fields threw 11 passes,
Yeah.
54 yards.
Yeah.
So
He completed
the
6
the
passes.
rationale behind the pick makes sense. You take you take away the two special team scores, they win this game by a touchdown. And I know you can't just peek out things like that. It's a part of the game. It's 33% of the team's performance. But it's hard to predict things like that, obviously. And yeah, I feel like when there's an aura like that, that kind of stuff happens. I mean, the the Naheem Hines kick return for a touchdown the game after DeMar. I actually think the Redskins lost the game after Sean Taylor died, but that doesn't that organization doesn't count. But anyway, yeah, those
Yeah,
things are sneak up on
there's
you
yeah, there's
sometimes
something in
because it
the air
was a
when
couple
that
weeks
stuff
ago. But
happens.
yeah,
But as you said, Justin Fields, he had a screen pass to Breece Hall that went for 43 yards and a touchdown. Without that pass, he's 5 for 10 for 11 yards.
yeah, and took 12 yards a sack, so you could say that he had -1 net yards. Like he did
That
against the Broncos.
I mean, it's clear it's got to be one of the worst QB performances in a win ever of all time.
Since like the 40s. I
Yeah.
mean, this is like a Navy quarterback stat line.
I mean, do you I mean, I know they just won and he had 200 yards against the Bengals, but he had 40 yards against the Panthers. He had what, like 40, like 30 yards against the Broncos? I'm looking at it right now. Against the Broncos, he had 45 yards, 46 against the Panthers, 27 against Buffalo earlier this year. I guess he got hurt in the fourth quarter, but how do you like paid this guy $20 million? I can't take this. I can't take this anymore. I don't know what you do.
They can't bring him back last year or next year, right?
No, they're gonna have to draft somebody. They're gonna draft one of the kids and they have to. They have to take a quarterback. Um
For what it's worth, Navy's quarterback has finished with over 54 yards in every game this season.
Navy's been good this year. They're like 7-1, aren't
They
they?
have been good. But like 6 for 7, 66 yards. 6 for 8, 168 yards. 6 for 10, 94 yards. Like they haven't completely changed the way that they run their offense. There's something weird
Yeah.
happened against Air Force. 3 for 340 yards.
The
That's odd.
he had he had 5 he had 6 different completions to receivers. So I like that is I guess the only positive. Like he spreads out the ball, but he
Spread it around.
yeah.
Jets offense.
Um and then on the other side the Browns, 17 for 32 for Dalen Gabriel. Judkins did fine. Gabriel actually did fine with his legs too, but I guess the two special teams. Once you have two special teams touchdowns happen back to back in the first quarter, there's really not
And you're
much
the
more you could do.
Browns.
Yeah, there's just not much more you could do after that. Um, it is it's just a shame. I mean, these Browns. I feel like we talk about the Jets way too much every week, but
Yeah, we really have.
especially last week, we spent like 20 minutes on the Browns. They did make all those.
Well, Jets, that was
They
trade
made all those
deadline
trades.
related, at least.
Yeah,
Wasn't football. Jerry Judy's back from the dead.
he is back from the dead. He was dropped in like every fantasy league.
Yep.
He Yeah, and he looked decent this week. I wouldn't say good, but he had a touchdown. So I guess it's probably he would have been serviceable in fantasy for everyone who dropped him. I mean, I think he would have had like
Oh
20
yeah.
points in fantasy.
Yep.
Um, I don't have any money on our waiver wire, so I'm sure he'll get picked up by someone. I wasted all of them on Kayshon Boutte, who I've yet to start all year. He would have gotten me
In
good
every
points a
league.
couple weeks, but I just never know when to start him. Anyways, let's go to let's get your loss out of the way. You're 2-1 this week. So um Jacksonville just continues to have sloppy first halves and then well, not sloppy on their point, but like sloppy for the whole game, and then it goes to overtime and it's like the best game of the week or almost goes to overtime and is the best game of the week. Um 26 points by Davis Mills and the
And they were
Texans.
up. Yeah, they were up the whole game.
Yeah, they were up 29-10 in the third quarter going into the fourth. Um, this is what happens when your defense doesn't get turnovers. They were the first forced like 5 weeks. They were like number one in turnovers, and they had a great record. They beat the Chiefs. That that was their Super Bowl, and I don't know. They had a punt return touchdown in the first half, and this Parker Washington kid really seems to be coming into his own with Trevor Lawrence. I guess um, not targeted enough, but he had some mean catches in the end zone. Jacoby Myers played well for them, and that's all I really got. Was the top guy that they drafted at LSU? He was injured, wasn't he?
Brian Thomas.
Yeah, Brian Thomas. He must have been injured, right? That doesn't help them whatsoever. But when you're up 29-10, like that game is won. Like there's no reason why you should let, especially Davis Mills, who I can't believe I didn't bet on the. I think I saw you pick the under, and I just didn't bet on it on the
Didn't
game.
take
But I
him out.
can't believe I didn't pick the Texans.
You said you were going to. Yeah.
I know, I love Davis Mills, and he's always good against the Jaguars. Like that. That was like a given. I really don't know what I was doing this week. Um, so we'll talk about my other loss in a second. But the uh the under was looking good until the punt return. Once the punt return happened, I was
Yeah,
like,
which was in like wasn't that
yeah.
in like the end of the first
It was
quarter?
this yeah, it was like the second quarter into the first. They also
Yeah, I saw
there
it and I
was
was
a
like, of course, this is the under that I take for the first time in weeks. Like
yep.
immediately special teams touchdown. I don't think you can win unders when there are special teams touchdowns.
And there was a fumble. I don't remember which team had the fumble early the other team just had it at the goal line pretty much. And I was like,
Mhm.
"Oh, that's another under killer." Um
But I mean, Davis Mills almost got to the under or got to the total by himself in
mhm.
that fourth quarter.
Yeah, 26 points. I mean, that's a little agree. It should have been 19 points, but Trevor Lawrence with the ball in his hand at the end of the game to try to get their field goal kicker to to win the game for him, which we saw he
Mhm.
owns the record for longest kick. They're in a dome, and Trevor Lawrence strip sacked, and Daniil Hunter strip sacked him, and the defender for the Texans just ran it all the way in for the touchdown. Complete, just nailed everyone's covers. If you bet the Texans, of course, and I mean the over was done by then, anyways.
I thought the
So
Jags were favored. Weren't the Jags favored going into this game? Like a point and a half.
yeah, you're right. It was -1.5. So I guess if you did some tricks with the like, cause I think it went back and forth, but I do believe it ended, especially when we did our picks. It definitely ended with the Jaguars -1.5. They
The Jags have to be the fakest team with a winning record right now, right?
yeah.
I mean, they just beat the Raiders in overtime only because of the 2-point conversion miss. They got spanked
Hmm.
by the Rams. Not totally blown out by the Seahawks, but beat handily.
They were beat handily. The Jags ended up like the Seahawks like took the last two quarters off. It felt like
It did
in
feel
that
like
game.
that. And then before that, you had the Chiefs miracle win. Um, but yeah, like the past 4 weeks, I feel like is who the Jaguars really are. And Trevor hasn't gotten any better. Like like you said
Yeah.
earlier, the defense is not forcing turnovers. I think they're going to get waxed by the Chargers. The Chargers are only 2.5 point favorites this week. Although I never trust the Chargers in spots like that.
The Chargers, what scares me about the Chargers is that they did you see the Sunday Night Football graphics of their O-line?
Mm-mm. I know
All of the
Alt and Slater are both done.
all of the positions are 32 of 32 PFF grade. Like or 31 or 30, but all of
Mhm.
them are in the bottom 5 for PFF grades. That's what scares me about but
These are all
and I
backups.
I do think that the Jaguars can get pressure. I don't think their secondary is any good at all, but I think they can get
Mhm.
pressure. Like, they have the D-line, the players on the D-line, and their linebackers are pretty decent too. So, I don't know. That I guess is that a prove it game for both I feel like that's a good game for both teams. Like, who can really stink this up and lose to the other team?
I feel like the Chargers have sneakily gone on a hot stretch here. Or like they
Yeah.
win that game Sunday night, they're 7-3, which I know. I feel like if you're not paying attention, because sometimes I guess they play in that 4 o'clock window where they're not the game. Like they haven't been America's game. They've just been racking up wins the last couple weeks.
They're a little
So I don't know if
fraudulent too, though.
they are a little fraudulent.
They got smacked by the Colts. They they barely beat the Titans. They beat up on the Vikings, which I guess could be good. They beat up on the Steelers team, which I mean, Rodgers played like dog shit, but they lost to the Giants and the Commanders. They almost lost to they were begging to lose to the Dolphins. I don't know, but then they beat the Broncos, they beat the Chiefs, they beat the Colts. Like they have good wins in there.
They're the Chargers.
They are yes, that is a great way to put it. They are the Los Angeles Chargers.
They are who we thought they were.
Yeah, never can get too like they might lose to the Jags and the Raiders and then go ahead and beat the Eagles. Like that would be a Chargers thing to do.
Would be.
Well, I could see them going losing to the Jags, Raiders, and then beating the Eagles and the Chiefs again. Like they could just, who knows with this team? Like who absolutely knows?
There's no way they beat the Chiefs twice in a year. I feel like they're
No,
not
no,
allowed
no.
to.
Yeah,
Only
they're not
once.
allowed to. Yeah, that's gonna be NFL. Like if there's anything that's like the flags are gonna be crazy against the Chargers in that game. There's no way they're letting them beat them twice.
Especially if the Chiefs lose to the Broncos and now they're like on the brink of a playoff spot.
Well, they're not. They're
That's
still
gonna
not in the playoffs. They're favored to win the Super Bowl and aren't in the playoffs right now. That's ridiculous.
crazy.
All right. I think that covered, I feel like that covered the Chargers game too. I mean, you actually was that one of your
Yeah,
picks? I forget.
Steelers look like poop. Yeah.
It was, but
I mean, that
that
was the
was an ugly
perfect,
game.
like, Steelers coming off of a big win. The line is definitely gonna be too close. Yeah, that they are another one where, like, they're the Steelers.
Yeah. I would be like, if I'm a Steelers fan, I can't believe like you probably saw all the sports books when the Ravens were 2-5 or whatever, and we're like,
Mhm. I think they're
how
1-5.
yeah, like how could they be favored to win division still? Like, it doesn't make any sense. And now they're minus 270 to win the division. And you're probably just like, dude, we
It's
let them right
still,
back
like,
into it.
it's, like, game and a half back.
I know, but it's the
And
fact that
game
they have to
back.
play them twice. And if
Yeah.
they're as healthy as they are right now, they should probably beat the crap out
Yeah.
of them.
You're literally living in purgatory right now
Yeah, and
because
you're
you
just
know
like
that
waiting for the
this
slow
offseason they
descent.
convinced themselves, like, "Oh, maybe with Rodgers, he's got." I mean, there was something in my brain whereas maybe they go to the AFC Championship this year, I don't know.
Yeah.
And now it's, after 3 games, you realize that it's just the same season playing out in front of our eyes again. Like, the more things change, the more they stay the same.
No, it's gonna be like they'll probably win. They'll probably win exactly 9 games and be the 7th seed in the playoffs. And probably get smacked around in the playoffs.
If they move on from Mike Tomlin, how many teams are calling that have head coaches? Like, obviously,
Have head coaches.
any team that fired their coach is giving him a call.
Well, like the Dolphins they're probably gonna fire their coach, so they would probably call.
Mhm.
Um, it's a good question. The Bengals,
Like,
I
would the
mean, I
Bills
don't know.
call?
If I'm the Bills, I would. Oh, dude, I don't know. That's like such a. I guess the only thing you're doing is like switching the voice, but
The
like they're
Cowboys
both.
call. You know that.
Yes, yes. I think the Cowboys might call on anyone, anyways. Like they just let this guy stick
What
around
they call Belichick.
as a could. I wouldn't be surprised. They would. I think you have to deal with Jordan though. I would not want to deal with Jordan. Um, they should get. I think the Giants should give Belichick and Mayo. Get them both in. Bring the gang back together in New York.
I think Lane Kiffin's a home run hire in New York.
You think
If they're
so? You think he
listening,
leaves college for it?
I think he'd be a terrible hire. He's
He would be
not an
funny in New
NFL.
York. I don't know.
But
I
yeah,
think.
it's a funny thought experiment that like how many teams would be willing. Because like
What
I
about
feel
the
like Tomlin is
Commanders?
one of those guys where that's kind of what sparked the thought was like I'm calling him.
Yeah.
I think. Um, where he's just the type of guy who like eventually it just kind of fizzles out. Like that happens everywhere. Like that happened with Andy Reid in Philadelphia, and then he goes somewhere else and wins. Like Vrabel in Tennessee. Like those kind of guys, just because they're at the end they plateau doesn't mean they're not great coaches.
Yeah, I think the Vrabel one's a little different. I think it's happening with Harbaugh right now, where Harbaugh just relies on Lamar to
Yeah.
save his ass year in and year out. And I think honestly, they should like Ethan, a friend of the show, been on the pod multiple times. Um, I think he's mentioned that he wanted Mike McDaniel to stick around. Is it I
Mhm.
always forget.
Yeah.
McDaniel's the one for the Seahawks.
Mike McDaniel. Yeah.
Okay, not McDaniel's.
No,
McDaniel.
no, no. McDonald. Mike
McDonald.
McDonald.
Mike McDonald. There we
Daniel
go. I knew.
McDaniel's the Dolphins. Yeah.
Yes, when I said it out loud, it sounded wrong. The he wanted him to stay as a head coach, but there was no there's no given reason to fire Harbaugh or move on from Harbaugh.
Mhm.
So because Lamar keeps saving his butt. So I don't know what like they're on the same level right now where they keep having these same seasons, and I think
Yeah.
McDermott
If
is
Tomlin
there
had
too.
Lamar, I think they'd be in the same spot as the Ravens have been.
Yes. Yeah, and yeah. And I think McDermott's the same way. Where these guys just can't adjust in the playoffs.
Yeah, at least the other guys won Super Bowls though.
Yes. Yeah, back in the day.
McDermott hasn't sniffed a Super Bowl.
That is true. Um all right, let me knock out the Panthers real quick. Really all I got was I got duped by Panthers favorite
That
at
was
home.
that was a scheduled loss. Yeah.
I got yeah, I got duped. Once
We didn't.
Bryce Young threw an interception in like the third quarter, and I was like, "Is this like too late for the government mandated?" Like he needed to throw this in the first half. Like this, it seems like there's
Yeah.
not enough time now. Um, as much as I hate it, Tyler Shuck played pretty decent. They made Alvin Kamara. They
I played
revived
Josh
the
Rabbit.
Panthers defense. Yeah, I'm picking him back up. He's getting back up. I just needed a kicker. He's
No,
getting
I
back
take him back up first.
up. Yeah, all right, go ahead.
Get $100 on him. You can take Riley Leonard's spot on like taxi.
No,
I
you
think that's
can't.
even
You can't
legal.
get him on your yeah, it's illegal. Um, the Panthers defense somehow made Alvin Kamara look unretired and serviceable. The Panthers really just couldn't get anything going. Um, I didn't watch much of this game, but I watched
No, I
that
didn't
like
either.
JC Horn got another highlight play on his head from the Saints. I feel like it's always the Saints. Didn't I mention this last year where it's like JC Horn's a great cornerback and then like four times a year he just gets embarrassed by some wide receiver. He literally fell over. He fell over.
Yeah, that play was tough.
Yeah, and Chuck throws it up. It was like a perfectly timed ball. 'Cause right when like it came to Chris Olave, JC Horn was on the ground. And I was like, Jesus Christ, what is going on here? And that was an air mail too. That was like a Russell Wilson moonball. Um, so yeah, I got duped by the Panthers at home, favored. Really, I think the lesson is just to never take the Panthers when they're favored.
I would agree with that. Yeah, yeah.
All right,
The
and Panthers
Panthers, if
they
they know
really
the
had a
third
shot
quarter,
to.
and
Oh, sorry.
They went blocked field goal, which then they
Mm.
got the ball back, then they fumbled, then Shuck throws a pick, and then immediately Bryce Young throws in another interception.
Ugh. Ugh. They really shot themselves in the foot. They had an opportunity to be 6-4 and right there in the I mean, they're still in the wild card hunt, but they would be right there with the Bears. With the Bears are 6-3 right now.
Yeah,
And I feel like they have shot themselves in the foot because the Falcons are coming hungry next week. They have to go to Atlanta. They skunked them 30-0 last time. So, I mean, I don't know how like I think Atlanta has talent and they're not going to let them. And then they play Monday night against the 49ers. The primetime games have been just declining
awful.
week in and week out. I feel like we started off
We got to
strong, no?
combine. Let me do the math real quick. I mean, 2 10-7 games. That's 34 points. 44 plus 25. We got 69 points in 3 primetime games. It's
They went 0 for 3 this week.
awful.
They went 0 for 3.
It wasn't
It
like
w
they almost gave us a good one either.
No. No, no, it wasn't like
Like, I
they
guess
yeah,
if you
yeah, maybe
love
the
defense, that Eagles-Packers game, maybe,
the
but, like, I
like,
wouldn't love it as bad.
the last the last 4 minutes of the Packers game was the most exciting of the whole week for primetime games. It was the last 4 to 5 minutes of that Eagles-Packers game
Yeah,
'cause it saw 13 points or 14 points, almost 13 to tie it up, but or 17. I'm losing numbers here. Anyways, yeah, I think the Panthers lost their opportunity because then they play the Niners at at the Niners. They'll probably be 5-7 going into the Rams game, so that's not good either. And then they play Saints, Buccaneers, Seahawks, Bucks. Yeah, they're done. They're cooked. It's over.
yeah,
Sorry,
they are
Panthers.
cooked.
It was a fun season for a little bit.
It was
You're,
fun, yeah.
yeah, it was
This
fun.
couple Rico Dowdle weeks where he ran
Yeah,
for 200 yards.
yeah, they had moments.
Yeah,
Oh
the
man,
Packers, the
I
Cowboys.
think like we had to see something from Bryce Young, and I think we saw that he's just bad. Like we saw that we have to move
Yeah,
on from Bryce Young.
well, at least you have something, right? Like,
Yeah, you have an
before we
answer.
had said the worst case scenario is you don't have an answer.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's bad. Also, I feel like we need to call out Kevin on this podcast for being the
for
number one
loving.
Bryce Young guy that has one bad game and all of a sudden jumps on the shit or jumps off the shit. You can't do that.
Yeah, he gave up quick. Well, I mean, that's kind of come on. That's kind of expected. Like I don't feel like that wasn't a surprise to me.
No, it wasn't a surprise, but like you can't talk up a guy for 5 weeks and then all of a sudden,
Yeah.
he has one bad game. Like they have a bad loss. Now, I would argue that he had several bad games before that, but it's not
If
like
they win the Falcons game, is he gonna text us and be like, "Dude, Bryce Young,
yeah, he can't be back on.
back." I promise you he's gonna say that if they win against the Falcons. Promise
No,
you.
I know, but he can't be. That's how it works.
He could have 70 yards, touchdown, and 2 interceptions, and they could beat the Falcons, and he'd text the group chat and be like, "Dude, Bryce Young, it's looking good out there." Um, yeah, when you just look at it, I mean, they had the 30-point game against the Cowboys. They had the 27-point game against the Dolphins. That was another game they desperately tried to lose. And and then 16 against the Packers and 13 against the Jets. Um, yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame.
Saints have some juice going forward.
I don't
What's
know.
their
People were saying like maybe
schedule
they
look
don't have
like?
to draft a
They win a
quarterback.
couple games.
I would like to see a little bit more.
I feel like it's so stupid to draft a quarterback in the second round if you think you're going to be ass and have a chance to pick in the top 5 the next year.
I always hated the Shuck pick. I
I
mean,
think everybody hates.
yeah, I felt like you could have gotten that guy 2 rounds later, or at least a round later.
But
Um,
not at all.
or just not at all. Yeah, I don't know what their plan is. Maybe they like what's the point of rattling off a couple wins? Like they have a bye week and then they play the Falcons They play the
Falcons,
they play
Dolphins,
the Dolphins.
Bucks, Panthers, Jets, Titans. That's a nice schedule.
I mean, yeah, Jets and Titans is probably pretty favorable. Dolphins is favorable. Panthers they just beat. And then Falcons, who knows what Falcons team you're gonna get. So
Yeah,
that's
who
two
knows?
opportunities.
The heated
That's
rivalry too.
so what that means if they beat the Dolphins, the Panthers again, Jets and Titans, they're gonna be 6 and what is that? 10? No, 6-11.
11. I don't think they'll win that many games.
I know.
Like,
I mean, they're gonna be. Are they not gonna be favored against the Jets, Titans, and Panthers?
not well. It depends. I could change in a couple weeks. They have to be
True.
against the Titans.
It have to be against the Jets
Jets,
at home. It's at home.
probably, yeah.
And the Panthers,
Carolina,
they
I
just
don't know. We'll
unless
see.
the yeah, I would bet though. I would bet. Um, I don't know. I don't know what the point of their season is. Like, do you and this draft is gonna be weird because I don't know if anyone loves the quarterbacks anymore. It came in
No, but they're
this
gonna have to play them.
Yeah, at the beginning of the year though, it was like, man, this quarterback class is awesome. Like there's so many good guys that stayed another year, and then there's a
Like,
couple there's a
you
couple guys. I mean,
get
I
Fernando
didn't
Mendoza, and you like.
even like I don't even know if Lenore Sellers is going to go to the draft. Like he could make $8 million at Auburn next year or Georgia.
I saw him being mocked in the first round for like 20.
That'd be
The
cool.
Steelers.
That would be cool. I'd like to see him go to a good team. I'd like to see that better than him going to the Jets with the Browns. Um, well, and then like the Giants have a top 5 pick. They don't need a quarterback. The Browns are they
They
gonna
might
take
ride out
another
a few
quarterback?
wins. I think the Giants will be out of that top 5 spot.
Okay, I don't know what the Giants' schedule looks like, but
I don't either,
the
but it just feels like they keep losing these games in the most horrific ways possible, and that can't keep happening. Like they should be probably 5-5 right now.
yeah, I mean they should have beaten the Broncos. They should have beaten the Bears this week. They should have beaten the no, they beat the Chargers.
I mean, lost the Saints.
They did lose to the Saints.
It should be at least 4-6. How about that?
Well, yeah, and they should have beaten the Cowboys too, with when Russ was still playing.
Yeah,
That game, real quick, you just knew it was over the second Russ got in the game. Like I think the whole crowd knew.
it was a
The
bummer.
He's a
They throw it away.
bummer. Like he's a bummer. Uh, they need to throw in
Oh,
Jameis.
actually,
That's probably why Dayball got
yeah,
fired.
I know.
That's why the interim head coach should be like we're every time that Jackson Dart's hurt, and if he's concussed for next week, the starter is Jameis Winston.
Mhm.
Give the people what they want.
They should have fired Russ with Dable.
Oh
But
yeah,
you know
he
what?
should have.
While
Yeah,
we're at it,
yeah.
yeah.
You're gone too, pal.
So they actually, I might have to walk this back because they play the Packers, Lions, Patriots, and they have a bye, and then they
And they play.
get the
Yeah,
Commanders, Vikings, Raiders, Cowboys. Okay, so it's a soft landing,
their last
but the next
4
three is
are decent
not
for them.
pretty. Yeah,
Yeah, their next 3 aren't good. Unless the Packers just suck. I'm ready to throw in the towel on the Packers.
I don't know what to do with the Packers right now.
I hate them.
LaFleur apparently is on the hot seat right now, which feels crazy. Like
Oh,
just because Jordan Love sucks.
dude, I was gonna say every team in the league would go get Matt LaFleur
That's
immediately.
what. Yeah, me too. Another one where like I'm Adam Peters immediately calling Matt LaFleur.
Yeah. Well, and if you have an opening, like if you're the Titans, like if you're the Giants right now, you give here's all the money, and then you
Yeah,
figure out the rest. Because and they have their quarterbacks too. It's like we like these quarterbacks. Come
yeah,
fix our team.
yeah,
So
yeah. That would be crazy. I don't think they would do that.
the Packers are not that organization. They're like the Cowboys where they
No,
hold
things
on to
have to
their
get
guys.
really
Yeah,
sour.
yeah. And they
Like
would much
McCarthy
rather hold
was
on to the guy
like,
too long, you know?
oh yeah,
Yeah. I mean, that's what they did with McCarthy. McCarthy for way too
Yeah,
long.
yeah, his Super Bowl bought him like 10 years.
Yep. Yeah, and you can't. There's like you can't blame these games on the floor. Jordan Love stinks. And all the receivers stink too. Like I'm tired of the you got all right. We have 4 number 2 receivers. How about you get a number 1 receiver?
Yeah, and Kraft being out does take
Yep,
out like
it's a big
that's a
factor.
huge dynamic piece that they're missing. Um, yeah,
All right. Well, I don't know where we just hit a bunch of games though, so
we
that
did
was
hit a bunch of
convenient.
games.
We did do the Chargers. I guess we did the Eagles. I mean, that game was I don't know what you take away from that game from either team. The Eagle okay, I just want to talk about the Eagles going for it though at the end of the game and giving the Packers a shot to kick that field goal. I know it wasn't close,
Mhm.
but like what was the mindset? What was the I guess it was like too far away to punt. Was that the mindset? Like it was or too close? Like they were too close to the end zone to punt? I really don't understand.
Yes, but I feel like like I would understand that if it was in the second quarter. Like they haven't moved the ball all game.
Yeah. I don't know. They just kind of gave him a free 20 yards and then kind of got like it almost got nerve-wracking. Like it was like, all right, if they get a nice out route here, like they could actually nail this field
Mhm.
goal. And of course, Jordan Love air mails the out route and it goes hits Matt LaFleur in the head. Um, it was I had I won a good college parlay on Fliff on Saturday, 6 legs, $1 for 20. And I was like, all right, Fliff is they give you a free dollar and then you need $50 to cash out. And I don't put any money down at all. So I was like, all right, I just need to make $30 on Sunday and Monday. Like it's gotta happen. Like I have 20 shots to make $30 here. Like I gotta be able to make something closer. I got pretty much nothing uh on Sunday. Maybe a couple like I had a couple 200 yards. I had 200 yards from Davis Mills and Matt and what Drake May, and then 2 touchdowns for each, and that hit. But that wasn't like massive, and I only put $1 on it because I didn't want to waste all my money yet. And then I was like, all right, I got like barely anywhere. I'm still at $20 on Monday. I had 9 freaking parlays for this Packers game, and nothing happened in the game. Nothing hit because nothing happened. There was not a single thing that happened in the game.
You know that there were so many bettors out there too that like lose on Sunday and try to make it back Monday night and
Oh
just
yeah.
got like kicked nuts.
I mean, if you didn't bet Josh
Must
Jacobs touchdown, which was minus money, and I guess Devonte Smith touchdown, which maybe would have gotten you a little bit of juice. That's the only things I would have hit. It's the only things. Everything else was chalked. I hated these primetime games, man. They were so freaking awful. Um. Anyways, that's my Eagles coverage. They're so boring. They win football games. Their defense, I guess, is good, and we have to see them again on Sunday night against the Lions. That's my Eagles take.
That'll be better. That'll definitely be better.
I hope so. I sure hope so.
I think we haven't seen the Eagles and Lions play at the peak of their powers.
I feel like we never see them play.
No. When I hear Eagles Lions, I think of that LaShawn McCoy game in the snow, which was like
Yeah. Yeah, that was a
12 years
while
ago.
ago. Yeah, that was a long time ago.
I think they played on Thanksgiving not that long ago.
Let's see if Mike's in the old chat. I don't see him talking. He
But
probably
like that
is,
was
but he's
supposed to be
probably
the
not paying
NFC
attention now.
Championship last year.
Yep.
Would have been a great game.
Would have been. What a shame.
Bummer.
Um, well, speaking of the Lions, minus 8.5 against your crummy team. Um, the takeaway I have from this game was politics aside, Trump was kind of funny on the broadcast. What happened? I just blow your eardrum out? I can't hear you anymore, Chris. Something happened. Well, I don't know what happened to Chris, but I hope I think his computer volume like spiked up or something. He's like covering his ears. Um, Long story short, it didn't seem like Trump knew anything about football, but it was kind of funny to hear him on the broadcast. I don't know why it was funny, but it was kind of funny. The Commanders got pooped on. Their team is just in shambles. Oh, you're back.
What happened to my audio there?
I
It
have no
picked a
idea.
really convenient time to do it, but it was super muffled and really loud. Um, it was very aggressive. I'm glad I wasn't wearing headphones
Yeah,
because
you were
I think
covering up your ears without the
my
headphones on. That would have been
it was
crazy.
alarming.
It's funny. You're much louder now. I'm turning you down a little bit.
Oh, I'm louder.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
That's all right. I turned it. It should be still
That's
even
fine.
audio for the listeners out there.
Okay.
All I was saying while you were
Um,
fixing that is
yes, they
that
got peaked on.
yeah. Oh, you heard. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. They got Um.
I don't know what else to say. I don't know, I don't know what people thought was gonna happen.
Well,
I
they're a
still
shell of a
cannot
team.
believe where that line was.
They're a shell
Yeah,
of a
they're
team.
not an NFL team right now.
No. No. They got Traylon Burks as your number one receiver.
And he's out for the year.
He got
He
injured
actually looked
too.
pretty good. S
No
Yes,
way.
his finger. Yeah, probably out for the year.
That's a shame because he did look
Oh,
good.
he did. I don't think people are ready for him to be our wide receiver 2 next year.
I always liked him.
I'm ready.
I always liked him. I mean, he wasn't good in the NFL, but he was like he was a first round pick. Like I always thought he was decent. Um,
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah, he won't
they're
play
not
week
good.
11. Let's see how long he's out for. Ugh, Jesus.
It might not be the season. Trey Amos is out for the year. I know that. He broke his fibula.
I think that was all JSN. JSN just like destroyed him on that play, and
Oh, that
I
was
don't
his
think
hip. Yeah.
who it doesn't matter. I think it just completely shattered his body. Um, yeah, there's not,
Fair.
as you
Jason's
said,
really
I
good.
don't know what people expected either. I don't know what's the line in Spain over here? Because going to Spain's
They're
only gonna make it
+2.
worse. +2,
Yeah, dude,
insane.
that plane ride is gonna be so miserable.
I like how they
Maybe they'll
told
win.
Terry
Maybe they'll beat
McLaurin just don't
Miami.
even show up.
I thought he was going.
No,
Or is it
I don't think so. I think they told him not to go
No,
to
I think
Spain.
they said he's not playing, but he's traveling. Jaden's not going.
Um. Oh yeah, I
I
did
thought
see that.
Terry was
He is
traveling with
traveling.
the team,
Yeah, he
though.
is. Why is he going? He's just
But
going.
they already
I don't want to
announced
see
he
it.
would play. Maybe he likes Spain. Oh, why is Jaden not going?
No, no.
I don't
Why
know.
is Terry going? Yeah, maybe he likes Spain. I
Yeah,
guess.
must enjoy Madrid.
But now he's got a bunch of $1 million to spend in Madrid. So the yeah, I mean, there's no hope for there's no there's I don't know why Jaden would ever want to play on this team right now. And like I'm not saying forever, but like this season,
Yeah,
why would he want to come back? You guys should want to
he's a
tank.
competitor.
Competitor. You should want to
I
compete for
You
the
think
first
that
overall pick.
I agree. I wanna be in QB territory so that they can trade down, because right now they're not
Yep.
gonna be able to trade down,
Yeah.
and we need more picks.
Yeah, you need to get an extra. You need to get like even if there's I guess like there's it's a slim cause up there for the first round quarterbacks. But because we just talked about that. But yeah, I mean, and the issue is you have winnable games. Like this Dolphins game, I guess, is winnable even with Mariota. Um, then you have the Vikings, Giants, Cowboys. I guess the Cowboys smacked you guys too. And that was before Jaden got hurt.
Well, he got hurt in that game.
That's true. He got 4 weeks in a row of losing by 21 points.
Yep.
Last time that happened was 2002. It was the Cardinals. If you bet, I'm not saying you will, but like people out there, If you bet Commanders plus 2.5, I think you should call the number. Or is there a Commanders hotline?
Might be a bounce back spot.
There needs to be a Commanders hotline where these fans who got all excited, I mean, deservingly so, got excited. I don't know, like they're just, I guess they know how to handle it. They should know how to handle it, but
Yeah, we know how to handle it. Yeah, we just
yeah.
lash out at everybody. And like we knew
Uh,
all along what's happening, which we didn't at all. I did hear somebody call in to Chris Long's show, which I don't know why they have callers, but he said that everybody, every offense playing the command should cheat, and on first down, just commit egregious holding and blocking in the back penalties on the chance that they get missed, because it doesn't matter when they get to 2nd and 20. It'll just be the easiest 50-yard completion every single time against their defense.
almost like a
It's very
challenge.
fun. Right. Yeah, it's like, what's the longest down and distance we can get and still pick up a ton play?
The issue is,
Yeah, I
I
mean,
guess,
moving Joe Witt to the sideline didn't really work. Um,
well,
who could have thought that?
Quinn's gonna be calling plays next week,
Yep.
so see if that helps.
So that's the next. That's like they're like 4 weeks late on all of these steps. It's like move the coordinator up and down. Head coach takes over play calling. Like we're a Miami loss away from a players only meeting, I think. But like at that point, what's the point? The players get together and say, like, honestly, let's just
Get together in the
we
hospital and
we
like
gotta
bring
score. Let's just
flowers
lay
to
down
their
and die.
teammates. You can't blame Quinn for this season, and you can blame him for the
No.
JD injury for leaving him in there. But even
Yeah,
that, I
but the
mean,
season was far over, like way before that.
yeah, that's true.
They were down 38-7 when he got hurt.
Yes, yeah, that's why you could blame him though. That's why you could blame him for that.
Right, correct. Yeah, I agree. But I'm saying like the season was already over. It wasn't the fact that Jaden got hurt in that game that caused our season to go off the rails.
Yeah, that's true. It was the Bears.
Yep, it was a fumble.
The Bears Commanders might be cursed for the
It's the
rest of time.
opposite season. Yeah.
Yeah, it might be cursed for the rest of time. Whoever wins that game has a decent season, and the other team just crumbles.
Yep. That would be funny if the Bears played like the Lions in the AFC Championship this year.
That
And
would
just
be
got
fun. And then they just
dog.
get like smacked by the Eagles. Yeah. The
Why they play the Lions because it's divisional rival?
Oh, okay. I know what you're saying. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Maybe they upset the Eagles
Yeah,
in the
that would be
divisional
the
round.
yeah.
I'd be okay
And then
with that, I think.
would you take that? I don't. Would you like? I don't know what the like. I guess on the Commander side, you wouldn't win another game though. Like the Bears didn't win another game after the Commanders game.
No, they beat the Packers in the last week this season.
Ah, you're right. So you'd beat the
We
Eagles on
beat the
January
Eagles.
4th.
Correct.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I feel like you take that. I feel like just to watch the Bears get all hyped. But then they have like the Caleb thing where it's like, oh, he also made an NFC Championship now. So I don't know. Maybe you don't take that.
I don't care, honestly. Like I don't care. I'm not. I don't care what the Bears do the rest of the season.
That is true. It's not like it's actual
Really
rivalry or
don't
anything.
at
Yeah,
all. No, people think it is, and it's not.
that's true.
Like there's the one there's Twitter account that's always trolling, and like people just always fall for it, and it makes me so angry. Like you know that this is how could you not know that this is a troll?
The Commanders fans on
They
Twitter
are
they're
annoying, but
they're
like
bad.
all
They're
fans are
bad.
annoying. Yeah,
The, the Commanders fans don't know how to handle Twitter. That is something I've learned this year. And maybe it was because of last year, but they really don't know how to handle Twitter.
bad teams don't know how to don't know how to act.
It's true.
'Cause things go well, and we don't know what to do. Like,
That's true.
I mean, imagine like when the Giants are good, those guys are going to be a disaster.
Yeah. I mean, they had Daniel Jones. We had him going to like the NFC Championship when they made it in the playoffs with Daniel Jones.
He did. You and I.
We were ready to see it happen, see it unfold. Remember, we were like,
We
"This is
were
just like
nervous
Eli
going into
Manning." Yeah, we were like,
Yeah,
"This is
that's
just
true.
like."
That's true. Yeah.
We were ready for it. Um, so I don't. Yeah, I. That is true. I don't think we know how to act when the Giants make the playoffs either, even though we're not Giants fans. Especially because Dart's gonna be the same way. It's gonna be like, dude, this is Eli with swagger. Like, what are we doing? Um. Anyways,
That game was ridiculous.
the Giants
I don't
Bears.
think the
Yeah, we
Bears
could talk about
I
that
think
right
the
now.
Bears are 6-3 is really hard to believe for me. I don't think
Well,
they're a good team.
they're fraudulent. Have you
Yeah.
listened to Pardon My Take? Big Cat's on top of this. He knows that they're fraudulent.
No.
Yeah, he
Man, he
knows.
just enjoy it for once, dude. Like one of the worst franchises in the league for years. Just enjoy it.
Yeah,
Oh, he's a
yeah,
fan
that's true.
anyway.
But he just doesn't want to get. I think he just doesn't want to get heartbroken.
That's true. I'm sure he doesn't actually feel like
Yeah,
his
he like
feeling
doesn't.
inside is not that they're frauds.
Yeah,
Way too much excitement that he's not willing to deal with.
I do think that's a. I mean, they lost to the Vikings first time around. That was the week 1 game that they absolutely blew. I think that'll be an interesting game going into next year or going into next week. Sorry, to
Next
see
week,
what like I don't know because
what
I
nine can do.
that's what 9 can do, but I feel like they're pretty comparable. Like the Vikings have a better defense, the Bears have a better offense, but pretty
Mhm.
comparable on the timelines and where they are, and
Yep.
so I think that's a good measuring stick game. See who comes out on top.
Yeah. I mean, the Bears beat the Raiders by a point.
Yeah,
They beat the Commanders after that fumble. They beat the Saints. They beat the Bengals,
they
and
almost
they beat
lost
the
to the Bengals.
Giants. Right. Both of those games were games that they probably should have lost.
Yes,
So maybe I'll take the Vikings -3.5. I don't know if I can put money on JJ.
-3.5.
Just yeah,
That seems like too big of a line.
yeah.
That is strange. Well, I mean, we don't have to pick now. Luckily, we will have another episode later this week, so we don't have to. We can preview all this stuff later. Um. All right. Let's Falcons Colts. That was the early
Oh yeah.
game. That was actually a good game. Again, like I said earlier, I think the Falcons are talented. I don't know if Michael Penix is accurate enough for this offense. They just make one too many mistakes every game, and then Jonathan Taylor
Yep.
capitalized on that. 32 carries by Jonathan Taylor, 244 yards and 3 touchdowns. That's insanity.
He's having a Madden season.
Yes. He has 9 more carries than I don't have the exact stats. It might even be 11 more carries than Christian McCaffrey, but he has like 500 more rushing yards and like 11 more touchdowns than Christian McCaffrey
Did he win
on the ground.
MVP?
I doubt it. As exciting as he is, I doubt it. I wouldn't mind
Him or
it.
Drake May?
I mean, of course I want Drake May. I'm gonna say Drake May.
Who deserves it more?
It's a good question.
About Drake May or Matthew Stafford?
Oh, Drake May deserves more. The Drake May's doing a lot more with a lot less. Or not a lot more. He's doing equally more or about equally
He's
more
doing less.
with a lot less. Yeah, but with a lot less to work with. You should see I mean, some of these plays with Drake May, he's getting clobbered. He's going past 3 edge rushers that go for him, and then he steps up in the pocket and delivers a dime to Mac Collins. Like, come on, bro. He's delivering a freaking dime to Mac Collins. I mean, if it wasn't for
They look
Diggs, it
good
would
Sunday. I had that game on the big screen. They look good.
they do look good. They and he had a bad interception, and because 2 plays later he got clocked, like literally clocked. He had his bell rung. So I don't really, I'm not wasn't I wa- like of course I was mad. I wanted to win the game, but I wasn't upset at Drake May for throwing that interception. He probably was seeing 4 receivers in the end zone. Um,
Was a
that's
tough
the other
spot to
thing.
throw a pick.
Yeah, it was a bad pick. He that was Falcons talk. Now it's Drake May time. He
Finally, it's about time that we don't dwell on the Falcons.
I will say I do think that they're like right there, but they won't have a
How are
first
they
round
three
pick
and
this
six?
year.
To me
I don't know.
that they're 3-6. They have to be
They,
the best 16.
oh yeah. Well, because you like there's games where they just like how do you lose to the Dolphins by 24 points? I get the losing, and how do you lose to the Panthers by 30? Like those are the games where
Right.
it doesn't make
Just
sense.
break your brain.
Yes. And then like you play great against the Pats, and then you play great against the Colts. And you lose both of those still.
Right. It's a shame they don't play the Chargers this year.
Oh yeah, that I think the stadium might
What a
explode.
battle.
We just don't know how to end. Like that would be a tie. That would 1,000% be a tie. Um. All right.
They're another one
Let's.
where it's just like they are the Falcons.
Yep.
Like in my head, I'm like, is Raheem Morris just not doing a good job? Like, do they need to move on from him already? But you could say that about all Falcons coaches in the last 50 years. So,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really couldn't. And like, is it Penix? I really also couldn't tell you. Like, it seems like he's probably the answer of why they are what they are. But
yeah, he doesn't seem like he's the answer, or using the word answer in a different context. The answer at quarterback, but I feel
yeah,
like you have to give him another year, right? Or do
you
you?
would least you would least
You don't
you
have to
don't
pick.
draft anyone. Yeah, I was gonna say you draft someone in like maybe the fourth to try to compete with him. Maybe you bring in a
Yes.
veteran. Like that's not Kirk Cousins.
Russ.
I was just thinking of when I said that. And I was like, maybe they can Russell Wilson, but like he would throw great balls to Drake London. Like that would be a good connection. He'd
Yeah.
be good for 2 weeks. You'd have good
That's the
2 weeks
problem.
of
Is
him.
he's better than Penix.
Ugh, that's a bad comparison if you're going to compare to Russ at this point in time.
Jameis could just complete the NFC South tour or get to the third
Somebody's got
spot,
to
I
get
guess.
Jameis a spot, bro. If this new coach, I'm telling you, if this new interim coach doesn't play Jameis whenever uh, Jackson Dart goes back to the blue
With
tent,
concussion.
yeah, I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose it because honestly, that's why Dayball should have gotten fired for the 4 weeks of Russ that we had to watch, and then the 2 times or 3 times that Dart got into the blue tent, they had to trot out Russ out there. Like that's why he should.
Yep.
That's why he got fired. Um. All right, my Patriots. Great game against the Bucks. It's what everyone wanted to see. Drake May was pretty inaccurate at the beginning. They had the rain turned on him, while the Buccaneers did not in the first drive. Trevion Henderson finally broke out over 10 yards of
Looks so
carry,
fast.
2 giant bursts. This is what we were looking for all year. This is they gave him 14 carries, 147 yards, 2 touchdowns. The second touchdown was really funny because it was at the end of the game to ice the game, and he had the heads up play to look at the coach and Josh McDaniels and say, "Hey, should I slide down here and so we can kneel the ball, or should I go for the end zone?" And they said,
That's
"Go
what he was
ahead."
doing.
Yeah, that's why he
I was
slowed
wondering why
down
he
and
was
like
looking
looked
back
over.
like that.
Yep.
That's funny.
Yeah, I thought that was funny too. But yeah, there's been a different Pats leading wide receiver um out of the 10 weeks. I think 6 out of the 10 weeks, and Diggs is the 4 that carry over. But this week it was Mac Hollins who had 106 yards, came out huge. I've talked a lot of crap about him all year. Um, I wanted him gone. So I will eat my words on that, and I'm excited that he's can be a part of this team. It's a fun team that like different stuff can happen every week. And I mean, we had the Kyle Williams touchdown to 72 yards.
Also looks
Diggs had
fast.
he also looked very fast. That was it is funny that he only had 1 catch after that one, but they did what they need to do. The Stephon Diggs continues to have touchdowns week in and week out,
Mhm.
past 3 or 4. That the one on fourth down was super clutch. He had a nice toe tap right at the end of
Yep.
the first half. Great time management there by Vrabel. Didn't even have the Bucks have a chance to do anything after that. And then they did the classic Patriots double score, where on the first play of the third half or first drive of the third half, ugh, second half, they I'm talking too fast. I'm excited. Um, they started they scored the ball again. scored a touchdown again. Anywho, all that accumulated, Baker played great. Sean Tucker is the first running back to have 50 yards, 50 plus yards against the Patriots. The This defense is going to, if they lose in the playoffs, well, I mean, I don't think they're going to win the Super Bowl. They'll probably lose in the playoffs, but or they lose to a team that they shouldn't lose to, it is because you can pass on this defense,
Hmm.
especially when you get into the red zone. If you can get into the red zone, we are the 32nd team in red zone percentage for the opposing team. So that means we have let up a touchdown every single time that somebody's gotten in the red zone. It is that'll be our testament. That is why I think Drake May should be our MVP. We are 19th in QB pressure. Um, we're good in run defense. I think we're number 2 in run defense, but the other opposing teams can pass all over it and pass all over us. And most teams, when those type of stats come out, especially with a second year quarterback, they're not very good teams. We've hit 8 wins. The over under was 8.5 in August. We need one more win to complete that. Play the Jets on Thursday. It's been quite the season. We need to I think the reason why we didn't you mentioned this to me last episode when I was upset that they didn't do anything at the trade deadline. It seems like Vrabel wants to use those picks so we don't end up like the Commanders this year. And because we did the same system. We kind of did the same system. We brought in defensive players from systems that the new coaches have worked with before, and kind of like a mercenary type, kind of like a last ride for these players. Um, they're not like Bobby Wagner age, which is some of the differences, but they are not young. So I think we have 11 draft picks. I'm sure we plan on using most, if not all of them.
Did you get that many picks?
Oh, that's 6, 7. No, I don't know. I think they've just had those picks from a couple years back, just trading down and stuff. A lot of them, I think we have 4 6 rounders, so that's part of the deal.
Okay,
Yeah, but
gotcha.
it's been a fantastic season. This was another game, back to back games with Falcons and Buccaneers that I expected one of those to be a loss. The only thing I'm worried about, and the Bills don't count, the Ravens don't count because those are teams that we could also very easily lose to. But Jets, Bengals, Giants, Jets, Dolphins. One of those games, for some reason, I just have a feeling that we won't get up for or something. But maybe like I told my dad that, but he was like, "Look, we also lost to the Raiders at the beginning of the season. We lost to the Steelers at the beginning of the season. So maybe those were the ones that we just randomly happen to lose, and we'll just beat up on all the bad teams." But I don't know. I'm just excited. I hope we look good against these bad teams and show them what's for. I'm sure we will, and then we'll be Bills Ravens back to back. It's going to be an exciting 2 weeks for the Pats.
Yeah, I mean, only play who's in front of you, and this Bucks game is just another, you know, argument that or way that you can thwart that argument
Yep.
of they're only beating bad teams because you've now beaten the Bills and the Bucks.
Yeah.
So, if they do lose to the Ravens, you know that everybody's going to say that they're frauds and they can't be good teams. So, I hope you know that.
Yes. They might lose back to back to the Bills and the Ravens, and then it'll really be
Yeah.
like, look at their
Yeah.
schedule, who have they beaten. Um, I mean, I think it was Monday Night Football when the Cowboys and the Cardinals were playing, and I was talking about something with my buddies, and we're watching the game, and I didn't even think I brought up anything about the Pats, and they're like, "Well, who'd you beat?" And I was like, "Well, we beat Buffalo," and he was a Ravens fan. It was Ethan, and I was like, "You guys lost to Buffalo, so like, I don't know." The As you said, you only play who's in front of you, and we've beaten the crap out of the bad teams, and we've beaten the good teams on our schedule. So I really don't know what else to, and I'm not going to apologize for it. So I don't know what else to, I don't know what else to say.
I will say I was on Tankathon earlier, which is sad, but they show the strength of schedule for everyone,
It's 32nd.
and you guys are, but it's not even close. It's you guys are like 0.36 and second is like 0.45. Like everyone's between 0.45 and 0.55, and then the Pats are at 0.36. It's insane. And like
Well,
again, it's not like you've beaten two good teams now, so you can't really use that argument that they wouldn't beat a good team and they only beat the bad teams. But it is like a schedule that I've never seen before.
and I think that was part of it going
You don't have to
in.
harp on it.
No, and that's okay. Like
Right, that
there's
was why the win total was where it was.
yep.
Yeah,
And
Buffalo has the second lowest at 0.449.
yeah, and the difference there is that they have to
They
play
are a
Kansas
fraud.
City when we got to play the well, I guess we all played the Titans. No, we didn't. We had to play the Titans and the Raiders instead of Kansas City and whoever else ended up first. Um, I guess we also played the Ravens. I don't know. I think we played the whole North. Yeah, we played the whole North. We are NFC South champions though, so crown
Nice.
us.
It's a cool belt to have.
Yep. Everyone says it's the hardest division in sports, so it is pretty good to go 4-0 in that division. Um, I mean, just battle after battle with those guys. So that is it is pretty funny though that we swept them. Um,
That is funny.
yeah, and like part of the schedule thing is like we played the Dolphins twice, who have now just cratered, and we played the Jets twice, who had going in have cratered. I mean, they came into the season cratered. So, um, yeah. Anyways, it is quite the schedule. But if they somehow beat the Bills and the Ravens, or even split one of the two, that ends up with 3 good wins or 4 good wins. So it's like, I mean, and who have the Colts played? Who have the Broncos played besides each other?
Oh, the Broncos are so fraudulent. I'd
I,
love to do that schedule.
let's do it. Let's do it because like people are going to bring up the Pat schedule all the time, and I need to have some defense ready. Um, I
I
mean, the
think the Colts
Broncos.
have actually beaten good teams, though.
We'll do the Colts in a second. The Broncos have beaten the Eagles, and they have beaten the Texans if you want to count their defense as being good. So half the ball is good. Um, they won by 3 against the Raiders. They blew out the Cowboys. They won by 1 against the Giants. They won by 2 against the Jets. They blew out the Bengals,
Also,
who
the
don't have a
Texans game,
defense.
Stroud was hurt.
Stroud did get hurt, yes, in the second half of the game, or early in the game actually. They only won by 8 to the Titans. They lost to the Colts. They lost to the Chargers. So that's what? One good win. Now we'll go to the Colts. The Colts, they have beaten the Broncos. We just called them fraudulent, but we'll count that for them. And then
Huh.
they've beaten the Chargers. So that's now 2 good wins. Let's go to the Chargers now. We'll just keep going down the line. The Chargers have beaten the Broncos. We'll give that to them. We'll give them the Chiefs. And that is 2 good wins. So here in the AFC, man, it's pretty smooth sailing most of the schedule. I mean, the Chargers freaking lost to the Giants and the Commanders. I guess Jaden was alive at
That
least,
week. Yeah. They're a
but
real team.
they weren't an XFL team. Um, and they almost lost to the Dolphins. Like I don't care about this easy schedule shit. Um, the only team that can like really say they got screwed by the schedule has been the Ravens. Their schedule was impossible at the beginning of the year, so like I get it. Did I lose you for a second?
Is it's tough.
I did lose you. Say it one more time. Sorry.
It was tough.
The Bills schedule's tough. Let me
Can you
look at
not
the
hear
Bills
me?
schedule. It keeps cutting out. I just hear like schedule's tough. So did you say Bills? Ah, Chiefs. The Chiefs schedule.
Yeah.
That's I mean, yeah, and let me see the I will say the
Chargers,
Bills being
Eagles, Ravens,
fraudulent.
Lions, Bills.
Yeah, that's tough for them
And
most.
then they got Broncos,
Well, the
Colts,
AFC West is tough, so like they have to play
Chargers
good
again,
teams.
Broncos again.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, your
yeah, I
division.
get that. Yeah, my
Chiefs.
division's lousy. The Bills, honestly, the Bills keep like them being. It is funny to watch them lose, but like, hey man, like this is our one of our two good wins here. Like you gotta pick up the pace a little bit. Like you can't be losing the Dolphins. Um, they
That was
like
weird. That
it
game was
is
weird.
that is weird. That is very strange. I mean, the excuses are that there was no one open for Josh Allen. The they scored 13. They're only 13 points in the fourth quarter. Achan ran all over them. They barely used James Cook, which I guess when you're down like that, you can't. But why not? I don't know. I just think that I don't really know what's wrong with them. I don't understand that
I feel
much.
like their defense has been a lot worse than we
Yeah.
expected. Like their secondary's been pretty bad. Um,
Well, and that was the key with them, where it's like their secondary needs to hold up a little bit because their D line is great, and
yeah,
then I guess it just hasn't held up.
yeah. Well, they've been a little banged up front, right?
They've been banged up all around the
But
defense.
every team's banged up at
That
this
is
point in
true.
the season.
That is definitely true. Yeah, their cornerback and safety play is not. It's not phenomenal. I mean, they're relying a lot on Tre'Davious White. But their rookie Maxwell Harrison seems to be playing well this year. So he has the issue is earlier he hasn't played a lot. So
Hmm.
all right, man, I feel like we've just
It's
taken
been a
care of
hodgepodge.
business today. I feel like we're going all over the place, which is a good thing.
We're in a yeah, we were very systemic. This feels like one big conversation.
Yeah, it's good. It's just natural transitions over and over again.
What do we miss?
I think we just missed the
Uh,
Cardinals, the Seahawks,
oh,
and
the
then
4 o'clock
Rams Niners.
blowouts.
Yeah, the 4 o'clock
All bad.
blowouts. Yeah, it stunk. These it was a good
Hawks
it
are
was a good
wagon.
1 o'clock. What?
They're like I feel like the Seahawks are a wagon. I mean, that's not a hot take, but
No,
I was
my
pretty hesitant about the Seattle team.
my top three team. They are a wagon. Their defense is phenomenal. I mean, what was it? Two back-to-back scooping scores on Jacoby Brissett.
The same play.
Same player. Yeah.
Yeah,
Fourth he's the fourth player in NFL history to have two scooping scores in a game.
really.
Yeah. I can't tell you the other three. I'm guessing JJ Watt is one of them, would be my guess. But I couldn't
The
tell you the
three
other three.
random guys you never would guess.
Yeah, it's probably some like they're probably in like the 60s too. Like
Yeah.
John Franklin just
Uh, yeah. I will say, looking at the Seahawks playing the schedule game, are they a wagon or did they just beat the Cardinals, Commanders
good take.
by a lot? Beat the
Good
Texans
take.
coming off a bye. No, no, no. Commanders game was off a bye. Beat the Jags. Lost the Bucks at home. I don't know. I don't know what they are. They feel like a wagon, but they kind of feel like
They're
they could
so good
be Colts.
defensively.
They are very good defensively. And Darnold has played about as well as you could possibly expect him to play. Probably better.
He only needed to complete 12 passes and they scored 44 points.
It's a real. What's that?
I said he only needed to complete 12 passes and or complete 10 passes, sorry, and they scored 44 points.
It is funny how like him going to Seattle, where you're like, oh, you take him out of the Minnesota system, like
Yeah.
now everything could fall apart. And I guess we just didn't expect the system in Seattle to be just as good.
Maybe they're just the Vikings again.
They might be the Vikings.
Because the Vikings had a great defense
There's a
last
lot of
year.
similarities.
Yeah.
Yeah, and JSN compared to Jefferson.
We get another measuring we'll get 3 measuring stick, maybe even 4 measuring stick games with them, though. We'll get 1 against the
Yep,
Rams this week. We'll get 1 against the Colts in December, and we'll get another one against the Rams in December. And then
yep.
if you want, you can call the 49ers one, depending on what they look like in January. That's the last game of the season, so who knows?
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, we'll find out the answer, but it is a good question to phrase, especially looking at the schedule game. Because if you do look at it, the best team that they played were the
Like,
Buccaneers, and they lost to them.
you think they could win a Super Bowl?
I think I could answer that question in a week. That's
I
I
think
think that's
here's my answer. I think they could if they somehow got the 1 seed.
they played at home.
Can't see them winning on the road in Philly or Detroit. I
I
don't
think
know
if
about Los Angeles.
I think if they take the lead in and by the way, they are the 1 seed right now, but I think if they take the lead in any game, they can win it. Which maybe sounds silly, but I feel like they're really good
No,
at
I get
controlling
what
the game. Yeah.
yeah.
Like we haven't seen them too off rhythm yet. Like the Texans game wasn't actually close. Like it was a one-score game, but that actually wasn't
Mhm.
close.
That kinda makes
Uh
me nervous, though.
that does
Like,
make
what
me a little bit
happens
nervous.
when the Lions come out and punch him in the mouth?
Well, and I think the key is like we saw in the Buccaneers game when it's crunch time and Sam Darnold has the ball, he's not Baker Mayfield and he's not Matthew Stafford.
Mm,
Um, and you see that interception in the end zone happen. So that is it does worry me. It worries me quite a bit. But I do think we learn a lot after this week.
yeah, I agree.
I like calling that out though,
Rams,
because they are a
are
wagon, but like
they
now I got to look at everyone's schedule. Sorry, I didn't mean to keep cutting you off.
I feel like we're we could get too caught up in this where eventually nobody's good.
Actually, it's just the Chiefs. The Chiefs are good.
But the Chiefs are 5-4.
Yeah, I know.
But, like, are the Chiefs good?
I don't know. We'll have to see.
Um, what about the Rams? Like, you can play that game with them, but, I mean, they beat the Colts. That's it. Like, they lost to the Niners.
And
They
they
beat the
lost to the
Ravens without
Rams.
Lamar. They lost to the Eagles. The
And they were
what?
sloppy in the Ravens game.
They were sloppy in that game. But,
The
like,
Rams
they've
are, I
also
think, are a
been
little bit
punish
different. You want to know why?
they're a little indifferent
No, they were a little different than the other teams.
because they won a Super Bowl.
Yes, because I've seen them do it. Because I've seen them win a Super Bowl. So I think that like we've seen the system work. So
Yeah.
I think that makes it a little bit different.
Yeah, I think
But
the Rams are really good.
yeah, they will have the Seahawks and then the Buccaneers back to back. So
Yep.
those will be 2 games. And they like I know Mac Jones beat him the first time, but Mac Jones played great this second game as well. And they were able every time that the Niners came down and matched it, it was back to a 7-point game. They just buckled down and scored 7 more points, and they kept it as a 14-point lead the whole time until the end.
Yep.
But shout out Mac Jones, man. That's all I have. Just shout out Mac Jones. Playing well.
I feel
He'll
like the
be like a
Niners could
Raider
be
or something.
sneaky, you think? That would be sad.
Unless Brock Purdy is. Unless Brock Purdy's a Raider. I mean, I think the Niners love Mac Jones. He had the interception late in the game, so it's like, yeah, it's kind of garbage time, but he's been playing well.
He has been playing well. Yeah, they're not when they lose, it's generally not because of him.
Richard Sherman believes that the 49ers should start Mac Jones over a healthy Brock Purdy. I think they should too.
I don't think they should.
I like I don't know. I think you got to do it until Mac plays bad, like, until he loses you a game.
I disagree because they're not on a winning streak, and he's not. I don't think he's better than Purdy. You just paid Purdy a ton of money.
I guess the money
Like
situation makes
there's
it tough.
politics there
Yeah, the money
that you probably
situation
don't.
makes it tough. How long is your leash with Purdy though? What if he gets in there and stinks up the joint? Do you blame the injury and recovering from the injury?
Game. Yeah,
And they signed Mac Jones to 2 years, so like they'll have him next year unless they trade him somewhere.
sure that won't be a topic of conversation.
Oh, it's already a topic of conversation in my
Blade
head.
keeps the bed.
Yeah. The yeah, I don't know. And I will say like Mac is a humble guy. When he remember after the first Rams game and they won and he was like, "Hey, like I am the backup for Brock Purdy. Like that is my job. My
Mhm.
job is to come here and win games when he's injured." So like I guess that's the type of guy where it's like and I think Brock Purdy's also the same way. Like, "Hey, we're going with our guy that we gave 100 million to," or on the Brock Purdy side, "Hey, we're going with the hot hand." I feel like both of them would be
Yep.
accepting of their roles. So, you could have a two word like these are the 2 best guys to have this controversy with, I think. It's kinda my bottom line here.
Neither of them are alphas.
No, no. We have 2 low egos, coming in here
Nice.
competing for this spot.
I'm not even saying too low, even.
Yeah. Yeah, literally. Um, it will be interesting to see what they do, but I love me some Mac Jones, man. Love me some Mac Jones. And I also love the Rams team. I mean, this Rams team's talk about a wagon. I feel like offensively they are an
Yeah,
absolute wagon.
offensively. Stafford has 25 touchdowns and 2 picks.
Yeah, in the past 6 games, he has 20 touchdowns and no picks. I kinda need them not needing to throw
So
some
that's
picks.
MVP right there.
I I will win a lot of money if Drake May gets an MVP, so I need to start the
How
narrative.
much?
I got it at +7 I got it at, I got $10 to win $750 on it, and I bet that twice. So, I really need Drake May to win the MVP.
Got it.
I sniped it early. It was like the day before, I would have gotten $1,000 if I bet $10, and I was like, "Shit, I gotta do this fast." Alright, we got anything else for football?
I don't think so. I think we hit
Gamecocks,
everything. You play
they
Jets Thursday?
yeah, we play the Jets Thursday. I guess, maybe I could give like I always just like doing 200 touchdowns, um, or sorry, 200 passing yards, 2 touchdowns for Drake May, and it's not gonna give you good odds, but it's been treating me right. Um, I do feel like, I had it in the touchdown parlay this weekend, but I do feel like a Drake May anytime is coming up. It's coming up soon, and
Good.
that's probably decent odds. But yeah, I think I wouldn't bet on anything for the Jets. I really think that they're a traumatic offense. I mean, just awful. And any interest of this game, I think it'll probably be another bad primetime game. But I do like this seems like the game too where the Pats will start off like on offense, like on a little bit slow, and people will be like, "Oh, is this the
Yeah,
night that
Thursday
the
night.
like maybe the Jets get up 7-0, and it's like, oh, is this where the Pats like stumble?" And then I do think that they'll take care of business pretty soon afterwards.
Yeah,
But it shouldn't. For the primetime people out there, like I guess I hope it's a little bit of a good game, but I don't expect it to be a good game at all. The spread is, I think, 10.5.
agreed.
All right. I just got to mention this Gamecocks game, this basketball game at home versus Southern Mississippi. They're down by 9 with like 2 minutes to go, 3 minutes to go. And Michi Johnson just pulls this win out of his ass, bro. Like he just went off. He hit basically 2 logo threes. Um, and a shallow logo, not like in the center of the court, but shallow logo. Um, it takes it to overtime, and they just great offense at the end of the stretch. They never gave up, and they beat they only beat them by like 5 or 6 points. They're probably favored by maybe 15 or 20, but I don't care. Eli Ellis had 20 points as a freshman. He's getting on those top 25 freshman notice lists. So I don't know. It seems like this team it's got a lot of heart. This team, so I just love to see it.
I love to see it too.
It would have been a bad I would it would have been season
Oh,
over
yeah.
loss. It would have been a season over loss. Like I'm not even joking.
Didn't we have to do this last year when didn't you guys lose a game
We
like
lost the
early in
first
the
game.
season?
We lost the first
Yeah.
game. Yeah, it was a season over
I
loss. Yeah,
find I like trying to dig up teams that
yeah.
made the tournament after. Yeah,
It was a short
I'm
list.
glad we're not in that situation.
No, I am too. We and I gotta say the Southern Miss kids, man, they were hooping. They were hooping. So, um, shout out them too. But
They
it
played
was
the
a
Sun
scary
Belt
game.
this year.
Yeah, they should be competing for the Sun Belt, the Southern Miss team. So I don't know. Maybe we hear from them again later. I doubt it, but who knows? It was a great win. I was relieved. I was excited. Um, I hate overtime though. I'm so sick of basketball overtime for any basketball
Fine.
overtime. Because it's like it's basically the last 2 minutes, only it's 5 minutes, or in the NBA it's 10 minutes. Like it's so
Yeah.
long. It takes so long
NBA
and
overtime
everything.
is 10 minutes.
It might be 5 minutes. I was thinking it was different, but it might not be different.
I think it's 5. 10 would be outrageous.
That is true.
That point
No, I'm not interested.
12.
Yeah, it's 5 minutes long. My bad on that one.
Yes.
The Wizards, by the way, lost in overtime again last night. It was luckily it was luckily not at home. I looked at the schedule the next 2 weeks and I was like, oh, there's one home game and it's versus Brooklyn. Like, thank God.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm selling those tickets. I'm not going to that one.
Your tickets becoming more of a chore than anything.
It's great on the weekends, but like when they play a good team on like a Tuesday, it's gonna be a chore where it's like, dude, they're gonna get like just spanked. Watch them get absolutely spanked. Um, I think the only difference this weekend, I think the reason why I was sick of it this weekend, which I won't be sick of it for a while, but I think that the reason why I was sick of it this weekend is because me and my buddy from South Carolina just spent so much money on beer. It's $20 every beer that you get
Yeah,
at that
can't be
game.
doing that every
No,
game.
no, and there was like 2 games in a row. We probably spent like $200 a beer. That's um combined, but
Yeah,
it's bad. It's bad.
yeah.
Um, and I think that was like
Once you
I
have a
just needed
couple too,
a
it doesn't
little week
feel like you're
break.
spending any money,
No,
which
no,
is not how it works.
yeah, yeah, and there's no cash involved. It's all on card,
Yeah.
so it's you can't even go in there with like here's my $60. Like I can't spend anything more than that because it's all on
Mhm.
card. So
Yeah.
it is. But I'm. It's not a chore. It's not a chore to go. But I am glad that I have a little bit of a break from the games.
Have you gotten to know your section mates yet?
They're different every time. I don't know if there's I haven't seen
Okay.
anyone that's the same. Yeah, which is a shame. Like I was excited to
Yeah.
try to get some of my section mates, but like yeah, every time we've gone, it's been different people around me. I haven't noticed anyone that's the same. I am, and because like part of that was like I'm excited to go when the Celtics play and wear like Celtics gear, and like I wanted like somebody who knew me like give me some crap or something, but
That's what
I
I
don't
was
think it's gonna
thinking
happen.
about. Go up and sell this gear, and they're like, "Wait a minute."
Yeah, like what happened? I'd be like, oh, Celtics fan.
Yeah.
The first game there was people in a row above me that were just it was like 4 people wearing Celtics gear, and I was like, nice Celtics
Okay.
gear. Yeah, like even though they're not playing. Um, all right. Anything with Maryland? I mean, you guys still only played one game.
Now they lost to Georgetown.
Oh
Um,
no.
they look. They're playing. They play caveman basketball. They hit
What is caveman basketball?
like it's not real basketball. All of their points are at the free throw line. They can't hit threes. They're very scrappy on defense, but it's going to be a tough watch as they try to get the ball in the hoop. They were the first half. They held Georgetown without a 3-pointer. They forced 10 turnovers, and they were down 5 going into halftime because they only hit 5 shots from the floor in 20 minutes.
That's bad. At
And
least
they
they're
went on a
making
run the
they're
last
making
like
free
10
throws,
minutes.
right?
They were making free throws. Yeah, that would
Okay.
have been miserable if they were. But they went on a run like to make it a relatively competitive game because they were getting beat by like 19 at one point. But I feel like they scored half their points in like a 7-minute stretch late in the game. It was something. It's year 0.
Year
So
0.
I'm not upset. Like the
Yeah.
expectations were nothing. I had no idea what to expect.
Yeah, you don't have any players yet. You literally like you don't have any. These are guys all came in like February, not I guess March, probably like May, right? All these guys
April,
came in like
May, yeah.
May. Yeah.
Yeah. Our big man, Pharrell Payne, is really good. So that's a
What
name to
about
keep an eye out.
Acuff or whatever his name is? That's the freshman, right?
Because
That's
Darius
the freshman.
Adams.
Darius Adams. I don't know.
He
I think
looks
there's another
good.
kid that's
But
named
he's
Acuff that I'm thinking of.
yeah.
Darius Adams. Though.
I think he'll be good, but he's a freshman. Like he looks like
Yeah.
he makes freshman plays. But yeah. I like he looks good. Like he clearly has talent.
Well, that's good.
Their best guard, Miles Rice, threw his shoe to try to
What?
steal a ball in one possession. He threw his shoe, like his shoe popped off, and he was holding it, like playing defense, and literally threw it, tried to throw it at the ball.
What
I've
did he
never
think
seen
was
him
gonna
hold.
happen? Yeah. What did
I
he
don't
think
know.
was gonna?
It didn't hit the ball, and there was no call. So it
That's
was
even
actually a
funnier.
pretty funny play.
I was gonna say I think that's even funnier than it hitting and then there was a foul call. Then you just would have been
No,
like,
no,
"What
no,
is
they
this guy
didn't
doing?"
call anything.
Yeah, but he didn't hit the ball. Did it hit
I know
anything?
what
Like,
they
did
would
it
have
hit a
done if they hit the
player?
ball.
Did it just go
No,
on the?
just hit the floor. Just missed.
That's funny.
The announcer said it, and I was like, it didn't like register in my mind what happened. I was like, threw his shoe, what? And then they
That's good
showed the
stuff.
replay, and I was like, oh, like he used his shoe to try to make a basketball play. That's funny. I thought they meant he like threw it to the sideline,
Yeah, that's
so
good
he didn't
stuff right
hold
there.
it. But no, yeah, it was funny. I'd never seen that before. That
You
was
uh, y-
entertaining.
you did say like Georgetown was supposed to be like they're back this year, right? Like they're decent.
I mean, time will tell. They're supposed to be relatively competitive. Um, they're pretty nasty. I think they'll be pretty nasty on defense. And they have like one guy who can score, but other than that, I don't think they're very good all offensively. But that should play in the Big East.
Yeah, scrappy.
Yeah.
I think my dad wants to try to go to UConn St. John's in the Garden. So
Oh, that would be awesome.
yeah, that'd be sweet. That'd be really sweet.
St. John's lost to Bama this weekend, though.
I was gonna bet something on that game, but I really didn't know. I don't know any players on either team, so I didn't really know what to
I
do
don't
there.
either. I think isn't Lewis back? RJ Lewis.
No, he was signed by the Celtics, and they I think they have him on a 2-way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was an undrafted free agent with the Jazz, and then the Celtics dumped George Niang to the Jazz and took him back, and then made him a 2-way contract.
Huh.
Yeah,
I know. I
the
thought he was back.
that after that benching thing, that's a weird
That was so weird.
situation. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a weird situation.
No
Um,
complaining. I was grinding. Turn my dreams to reality. That was his caption.
on
Almost.
Instagram, right?
Post for the Celtics. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm gonna look up RJ Lewis 2-way contract.
Maryland also does not have an easy schedule. They play Marquette. They play in some tournament in Vegas. I think it's UNLV and Gonzaga. So
Tournaments are
probably
fun.
gonna get their ass a couple times.
There's a tournament. The Gamecocks play in
Start
West
at
Virginia.
midnight and 9 p.m.
Midnight to 9 p.m. Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not good.
No,
Midnight
it's not
sucks.
good at
That's
all.
not fun at all.
I'll watch the highlights.
The I was gonna say the
I'll
Gamecocks they
probably watch
play in
it.
West
Yeah.
Virginia. That's exciting. I wanted to go to
Oh,
that
that's
one,
nice.
but like it's still like 5 hours away. Like it's not that close.
Yeah, I guess not.
I mean, it's definitely closer than Columbia, but it's not.
Yeah.
At least I know people in Columbia. I just have to drive. I would have to drive to West Virginia and then drive back. I don't want to do that. All right. I feel like we've exhausted people's interest.
Yep, I think so.
Well, thank you all for listening. We will be back Friday after like same time. So see you all then. Thank you all for listening.